Hello. This is my first beginner chess drill video, and it's called opening relay or starting position relay. And the point is to get this position on the other side. So you want to move every piece until it gets to its new starting square. Basically that. And there's two ways to do it. You can either have the exact same position on the other side, so basically the same thing as rotating the board all the way around 180 degrees, or you can do it the way that I prefer, which is creating black's starting position on this side. So all you do is get every piece to its starting square on the other side. Alright, so let's just start with the pawn e4. This activates the bishop and the queen, like we all know. The real purpose of this drill is to teach the student two things, and that is how to create a plan and how to coordinate your pieces. So our goal in this is to create the starting position on the other side, whether it's blacks or whites, and how the student goes about that is trying to do it in the least amount of moves possible. So I'm going to do it once through, show you the way that I like to do it, and it should be in under 64 moves because we got 8 pawns. Each pawn takes 4 turns at minimum to get to the other side. So let's just start with this. 1, 2 moves, 3 moves. I'm going to turn all these black when they get to the other side. So we have 3 moves now. And we're going to play with d4. There's no sense in putting a pawn up 1 in this position, in this exercise, because you want to get it done as fast as possible. So every pawn, push it up 2. We are at 4 moves now. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5 moves and 6 moves. Well, let's do the knights. They're very easy. You just put them on their natural squares into the middle and to the other side. That was 4 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 8 is 14 moves. We got all the minors in. Let's do the queen. And since we're doing black's position, it's going to take 3 turns. That was 15, 16, 17 moves. We have the queen in. Let's do the king. Don't castle because you're going to be wasting moves here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have the king in. 24 moves. We have the king. Now we need the rooks. A good way to do it is to do a lift. 24. That's 25 and 26. 27, 28 moves. We have 1 rook to go. 29, 30, 31, 32. And I'm doing this so I can get away from this pawn. And I've lost count of how many moves we got. I'm just going to show you the rest. Okay, now we got all the rooks in, all the minors. And now it's just the pawns. Pawns come home. And I think by the time this is over, it's 59 or 60 moves. And it's pretty straightforward. Now, once you see it done, it's pretty easy after that to do it again. We're just going to replace all these with the other color. And here we are. Now, one time I did this with a class, and I chose to do it the other way, where it was as if we were rotating the board. And after I showed them all, I asked, well, wouldn't it just be easier to flip the board around like this instead of going through all the moves? Well, of course it is, but that has no value to us. So now I'm going to show you a different way to do it. You don't have to play with these 2 pawns to start out. You could certainly play this way. Playing with a wing pawn. That's 1 move, 2 moves, 3 moves, 4 moves, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. There's other ways to get there too. It's just by finding the shortest path. You can really do this thing any way you want, as long as you don't mess your other pieces up. So that's 16 moves. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 60 moves. It took 60 moves to get the same position on the other side. Very useful to teach your students about move order, creating plans, coordinating your pieces. However you want to pitch this thing is up to you. But it's a good way to get the beginning student to learn how to use his pieces together. For instance, let's just say we started with G3. That's already a mistake. You're adding 1 extra move now, because even if you get this bishop to the other side, you're going to have to move the pawn here anyway. So it's better to just move every pawn up 2. You could also start like this, but you're going to have trouble because you got to get, besides the knights, you got to get everything around these pawns. So it's a good way to teach the student how to avoid mistakes. And this is a very simple idea of getting this position to the other side. Not much to it, but again, it allows the student to be creative and use some of those chess principles that we like playing pawns into the center of the board, playing pieces towards the center, and of course the other part is just executing the goal of getting every piece to its starting square. Not very hard, but it is very useful for the beginner to see how even something as maybe abstract as this is possible with just some technique. And they might like it too, because those wing pawn moves and a rook move to follow is something that beginners like to do, because it's kind of an easy way to get the rook into the game. It's useful here, but again, in a game, a real game, it might not be very good right away. However, there are some openings where that move can be played. But I've just ran through this about 3 times. Come up with your own way to do it. Send it to me if you want. I'll post a reply. I'd like to see new ways to do it. I think once that I did it in, I want to say 59 moves. Either way, you can get this done in 60 moves easy. The point is not to go over 64 because you've wasted too much time. Now it's called a relay. You can have students race each other or maybe do it cooperatively. It's a good way to have them discuss how to do this with each other and create plans with each other. So that is the starting position relay. Thank you.